Welcome back to the Chick and the Duck podcast with myself, Rye, and my brother Micah, where we talk about anything and everything regarding pop culture, but mostly movies. Today, good episode for you. I got a new game, some very interesting pop culture news, and a couple first looks at things that I'm very excited for, and at least one thing I know Mike is really excited for. Micah, we talked yesterday, but not a ton about what you've been doing. But how are you doing? How's the week been?
It's been busy.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can tell by the fact that I watched nothing.
yeah. I was
I
happy
watched
you watched that. I don't know what you think about it yet. Obviously,
I watched
save it.
one movie last night.
Yeah.
Um, and then our movie of the week. Those are the only two movies I watched.
Right.
Um, all week. And so
Which
that's
happened?
because since we recorded Wednesday, and then I DoorDash Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then Sunday I went to church, and then spent the whole day doing like this skills assessment thing for
Hmm.
a design job.
Hmm.
So they wanted to do a skills assessment thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I had to like create these three different things related to whatever the company. They're like a mortgage company.
Gotcha.
And so it was like create an Instagram carousel and create like a co-branded flyer for home for sale flyer with like a local realtor and one of our loan officers,
Uh huh.
and create like a t-shirt for all our employees that they'd want to wear, blah blah, just like to see what you do, what you
Hmm.
know, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Uh, so I spent like the whole day doing that, and then
Yesterday,
yesterday, obviously, we recorded,
we recorded
and
a
then
little.
that's when I watched a movie. And I watched a movie Sunday night,
Yeah.
but I mean, super busy. And then like in between that, I've been like in the pool with Elijah.
Yeah.
Spent the past 2 days in the pool. Today was out there longer. You might be able to tell. I got a little
I
red.
can't tell. I can't tell. You look tan. You like there's a little red on your face, but
I am mostly tan, but I got a slight red tint. I'm
gotcha.
not really that burnt, but I
Nice.
was outside or whatever trying to get color for, so I have the engagement shoots or whatever, and
Yeah.
I because of acne, I
Mm.
use like face scrub, and then like I have like an ointment or whatever that I put on my
Mm-hmm.
face and everything, so my face gets super light or whatever. Like it doesn't
Oh,
keep my tan because I'm like drying out my skin and it's like flaking or whatever.
right.
So I was trying to get color back in my face or whatever.
That's
And at the
funny.
same time, obviously, it's like still, I was playing with Elijah,
Mm-hmm.
introduced pool wiffle ball.
Pool
Uh,
wiffle ball
yeah, I would basically just play wiffle ball.
in the pool.
But, well, yeah, I like stand outside the pool. He stands on the steps of the pool. And then you just pitch, and if you hit it across the pool, like into the grass, it's a home run.
Oh,
There's foul ball areas, and then
that's
obviously if it goes in the pool, then it's like whatever. But
yeah, that's funny.
then you're like, running, swimming the bases to like
Right.
different parts or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But she really enjoyed it. He thought it was super fun,
That's cool. I
which is great.
I heard
But
Elijah is officially a big Christian boy now.
yeah,
I heard mom was telling me. So shout out Elijah.
yeah,
um, gave his life to Jesus on Sunday with mom, which is I don't that's different for me, and I think different from you. Ours were at like camps or
hmm
something like that. So that's just it's. What'd you talk about at church? We talked about accepting Jesus in your heart. Did you do it? No. Do you want to? Yeah. It's just funny.
yeah,
Sounds
sure, why not?
very much like Elijah.
Yeah,
So
like what could it hurt? Why not?
yeah, yeah, of course. It's funny.
Yep.
Uh,
Um, let's see. I did some designing,
mm-hmm.
but I designed, a couple posters,
Mm.
some I like quite a bit, and then drafted a bunch of them or whatever. So they're like in Instagram or whatever, and posted one today,
Barbie.
the Barbie one. That
That's
was
not.
just because I couldn't wait even any longer, where it'd be even more relevant.
Yeah, you just gotta post it.
So I even debated not posting at all, but I was like, then I just like did it for no reason. So I was like, whatever, I'll post it.
Yeah,
So I posted it so that I could move on from it and
yeah,
not
right.
think about it again.
That makes sense.
And then I just got like a bunch of other random things I made, um, ready to be posted.
Nice.
I leave tomorrow, obviously. Just
Yeah.
checked in my flight, so I leave tomorrow at 3.
Okay.
But we leave here at 11.
That sucks. You're gonna get there at noon. You're gonna be there for 3 hours. Wow, that's
Pretty
bad.
much, yeah. And then I
Load
get
up some
to
movies, dog.
Vegas, and then I gotta wait for the shuttle for like 2 hours, and then I gotta take the 2 hour shuttle. I
Micah's
get
gonna watch more
to
movies than me
St.
this week.
George. I get to St. George at like 9, which is 10 o'clock here, which means 11 hours of traveling.
How
Flying.
long is the shuttle?
It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, dude. You're literally just there's like that's a lot of 11 hours of travel. That's crazy.
That's a long day.
That is
It's gonna suck for sure.
that is a long day.
Um, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. I imagine.
And then I also I read and finished the book that you got me,
Which
the
one?
the
Oh,
War
you
of
read The
Art.
War of Art?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I thought it was really good.
It's super good. I like just carrying it around with me because, like, if you're like bored, you don't want to. We could kind of talk about this. You don't want to go on social media.
Yeah,
It's like
which is why I read.
it reads like a devotional almost, like a Christian devotional. And the guy's a Christian. This is obviously not a Christian book, but it
No,
reads
not per se, but it is.
it reads the same way as like a devotional, where it's like you can just read one of the chapters, and it's like wow,
Mm-hmm.
you can ponder it and you can think about it. I think it's just cool. It's just a cool book.
It is. It was a great book. No, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good read.
Yeah.
I mean, given I basically finished it in a day.
Yeah, it's not exactly a long, drawn out thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's an easy read. Yeah, like you said, it's very like separated chapter based. See if I can find
There's some really good.
like a good example. Like
Who's
this is like
this?
a decent example, but like that's like a chapter. Like
Okay,
a
wait.
second.
What did that say? I'm really curious.
Resistance and this book.
And then resistance and unhappiness.
Yeah.
That's where my bookmark was. That's weird.
This is weird.
That's really weird. That's so funny.
And then this is a good one, like too. It's like that's all. If you picked it up, like you just read that, and then
Yeah.
it goes to another like section, title, chapter, everything.
Yeah.
And then it's comprised of three books inside the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super good. Yeah, like I said, easy read and definitely super interesting read.
I have a book I want to buy
It was
you
easy to keep reading.
for Christmas, or or a book you should read if you're getting into reading. So
I probably am, which we'll talk about later. But
then I'll just mention this really quick. So this guy, I read a book called Movies Are Prayers, which I think you should read in general because it's good. Okay. But he wrote a book that just came out, and I'm gonna read it because I'm very curious. But I think I might have talked about it. But he wrote a book called Fear Not, a Christian appreciation for horror.
oh yeah,
And so I'm like, I think you would enjoy. I mean, I'm curious because I don't understand yet, honestly. Like, I get it, I'm sure a little bit, but I'm like, I don't like horror still, so it's tougher for me to like. I'm more just interested. You'd be like, you've seen more of the movies that he's talked about.
yeah, definitely.
So
More interested in them too.
yeah, but anyway.
No, yeah, definitely makes sense. But yeah, so yeah, I mean that's what I've been up to.
Nice. Sounds
Yep.
fun. What did I do? I mean, on the topic of reading, I've been reading. I mean, I read in general just because I kind of have to for work stuff. But I'm reading a book with Brighton, so I read that every week. I'm reading a book with students every 2 weeks, so I read that this week. And then like There's a couple other books that I've been checking out, which has been fun when I don't want to do anything else. And I don't feel like consuming like a movie. We went to the fair. That's what we did. We went to the fair, which is like fun. Like I didn't have a bad time at all. I posted on Instagram about it, which just never happens. Uh, and like my caption that I wrote was like only went for the milkshakes, and like that's literally the reason that I was like agreed to go. Because when Jenna and Brian and Kayla and Jenna were talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, it'd be so fun," I was just like quiet, and I'm like thinking to myself, "I don't want to go. We're gonna spend $100. I don't want to go." And I was like, "No, I do want a milkshake though." And so then I convinced myself, and we got the milkshake, which is great. We spent $35 on dinner, $20 on tickets. We bought kettle corn. Of course, $8. I bought a lemonade, which is good. I bought a Huckaway lemonade, $9. Like, shakes were $18 for Jen and I to get two. Like, so by the end of it, we spent, I don't know what that is, but probably around $80 to $90. And it's just a ripoff. We walked around and saw all the animals because Everett was with us and he likes them. And then
that makes sense.
We watched Tough Trucks too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which was fun. That's
cool.
But it was hot. It wasn't super hot, I guess. It was like 80, but it was a lot. Walked around. Everything's a ripoff there. Fair's kind of dead, low key. There's like no kid stuff like there is, but like there wasn't a lot anymore. Hoagie's like upside down. Yeah, so that was Friday. Thursday, I don't even remember what we did. We probably just hung out. It's typically what we do.
You went to the beach last night.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I did Thursday. Oh, wait. No. That was last week. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't do anything Thursday. Yeah, I went to the beach last night. So I'm going to the beach on Sunday, too. With students. Last night, I went with Ben Ritter, Michael Williams, and Jesse Smith. And it was like a spiritual kind of thing. Like, it was like a faith thing. It wasn't like we were friends, obviously, and we went because we're friends. But it wasn't like, oh, let's go hang out at the beach. Like, there was like with a specific purpose to run into the ocean and remember the baptism, like our baptism and what that means, and have a physical representation of it because it's cold. It was really cold. It was really warm at the beach, which was sick. But we didn't like walk in, which probably would have been worse, honestly, because it was so cold.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, so we stood there and then we like prayed and like we each shared something we wanted to work on, and then Ben recited like a benediction that from a book that he read. What does it say? I wonder. I am in whom Christ dwells and delights. I live in the unshakable kingdom of God. The kingdom is not in trouble, and neither am I. And so he read that, and then we're like, okay. And then we all sprinted into the ocean. I mean, it was freezing cold. It was like the canal felt like a hot tub. Like it was. I was like, I can't, because I shouldn't think this because the canal is like contained, so and shallower and all this stuff. But I was like, it can't be much worse. Oh my gosh,
it's definitely worse.
Had to been 32.1 degrees. Like it was really cold, but it was like the whole experience was like refreshing, literally and figuratively. And then we went and went to Pelican Brewery and ate food, and
Pelican Brewery is really good.
So I got a burger and some onion rings, and it was
fire food.
Very cool. This morning I've been like sick, like just not feeling. My stomach's been not feeling good. I just feel off. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the food I ate last night, and I've like eaten this morning, and like I ate lunch too, and so I don't know what it is. I've just been feeling weird, which has been really annoying, but it gave me an excuse to sit and watch them 2 movies for 4 hours. Because I came in here and I just like didn't want to sit up, and I was like, I don't feel good. I'm just gonna go lay in bed. So I didn't even turn on the TV. I just watched it on my phone because I just laid down, just kind of. Jenna's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't feel good." She's like, "You can't record with Micah then." I'm like, "Shut up, go away." I was like, "I'm fine." She's gone anyway, but
That's hilarious.
yeah. So, and Sunday we did something for Jenna where she had like, it was like her boss, counseling boss, invited her and me, and then like 3 other couples that are all in the counseling field, like at least one person, and then we had dinner and talked and stuff. So it was cool, but
Yeah.
fun time. Yeah, the beach was definitely the highlight. It was very, very fun. And obviously I did that thing with, we recorded yesterday and talked to Elijah for a second when I FaceTime mom and dad because dad wanted to talk about football.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, so nothing crazy. I'll have another beach story on next week, or next, probably late next week, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Well, pop cultural moments.
let's do it.
All right.
The first one. So we've been talking about Hayao Miyazaki, his new movie, that was at one point called "How Do You Live" because it was based on the book, but we figured out what the American title is, and it's called "The Boy and the Heron." And we got a first look.
How Do You Live is such a better such a better title.
But "The Boy and the Heron" is such Studio Ghibli though.
Oh, it is for sure.
It is
like,
way
How
more.
Do You Live? It's just like that. Just sounds like it's obviously it's the same movie, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like, that's like such a good premise for a movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, we literally only got 4 pictures. It looks great. I mean, I don't know what else.
It's just looks. I mean, it's just high definition Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, it looks
just
great.
looks like higher resolution, same animation.
It's got the same animation, same like the heron's got the the. It's like pretty accurate, but like it's got this off look, like all of Ghibli's things do. So I mean, I'm here for it, of course. I don't know I don't even know the last time he released a movie. Miyazaki.
It was a bit ago, I think.
Let's check. Let's see. Miyazaki. Sort by release date. That's a short. Okay, yeah. So the last time was 10 years ago with The Wind Rises. And I haven't seen that.
Neither have I. I actually really want to see it.
Before that was Ponyo in 2008. Wow, that's crazy again. In 04. Yeah, he's been sitting on stuff.
Definitely.
Is this like his final?
That's got to be getting close. Because at this point, if he's not choosing to stop, I mean, we're talking about gambling on circumstance. Because he releases a movie like every 4 to 5 years on like after like the 2000s. And this one's obviously 10 years, so it's like bro's getting up there in age.
Yeah, I just want this released in freaking US, dude. Like, come on, bro.
Huh?
I just want this released in the US.
Yeah.
So, a boy discovers an abandoned tower in his new town and enters a fantastical world with a gray talking heron.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. Oh, that's lovely. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. First look. Another first look. At Paul Mescal, Saoirse Ronan, and Aaron Pierre in Foe. Foe follows Saoirse Ronan and Paul Mescal living as a married couple 40 years in the future, where Mescal's character is ordered to leave home to help pilot a space program whilst his wife would be looked after. Again, just some pictures, but I Love both. I don't know who Aaron Pierre is.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him, but like I recognize him, but like I haven't like seen him. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
um, but Paul Mescal is incredible, and Saoirse Ronan is like really really good. So
Definitely.
um, I'm here for that, of course. And it's sci-fi.
Interstellar too.
It's sci-fi, yeah.
It's Interstellar too, but with a wife instead of kids.
Kids, exactly. Yeah, it's good.
No, I bet it'll be really good.
Yeah. It's supposed to come out October 6th. So.
Nice. That'll be good.
Yeah.
And then right after we finished recording last week,
It had to be
we
within an hour.
literally
Within
had
an hour.
it was
Within an
like
hour,
30.
probably.
It was like 30 minutes or
Yeah.
less after we finished recording that I saw it. Which is when we had talked about it during the podcast.
Yeah, the episode that comes out tomorrow because it's Tuesday. The episode we'll have we'll be talking
we'll have like 10 to 15 minutes of us speculating
when
about
it'll
this.
come out.
Yeah, and for context, it's Zach Bryan's album. We spent like 10 to 15 minutes speculating when it would actually come out and
Yeah.
all this stuff because the lead singer of the Lumineers, they're doing a collab or whatever, the Lumineers and Zach Bryan, on a song, and he like posted that it was going to be released the 19th, but that didn't make sense. And
I don't know what he was smoking, dude.
so that's a Saturday, so it like didn't make sense at all, and we were like speculating. But then he posted like 30 minutes after we stopped recording that he is releasing it August 25th.
So the
Which is
24th at 9 o'clock, basically.
yeah, 24th at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
Depending
midnight,
on.
depending on where you live.
Oh, that's true. I forget about the.
But yeah, at midnight Eastern. So obviously very exciting.
Yep.
Super stoked.
I want to see a track list.
So do I. I mean, we have like a lot of stuff that's already been released. I'm sure you could compile quite a few songs. And he did say it was going to be quality over quantity. So I don't know how many songs are going to be on it.
Yeah. Because, like, I would imagine if I were to guess what's on it, I would guess Dawn's is on it.
Yeah, so we can deal with that. Dawn's is already out. He might not include it just because it's been so long. But a lot of artists do include it, so I'd say it's a safe assumption to say that it could be on there. So that's one. Then you have El Dorado, because they already announced he's going to do proceeds to the troops.
Yep.
Then you have the Lumineers song,
Lumineers song,
obviously. And then he a long time ago, he said that Deep Satin would be on the next album. So that one might be. He's played live like a song called I think it's called Hey Driver. Something like that. So that's 6 already. But there's been I think there's another one that he played live. And then there's probably Fear and Fridays probably gonna be on the album.
Well, I just know it'll be.
And the poem.
How long do you think it'll be?
How many songs or how long?
Songs.
Because I don't know what quality over quantity means for him after he releases a 40-song album.
Well, the thing is, like his first 2 albums, one had 8. So Elizabeth had 18. Deanne has 12. Obviously, American Heartbreak has 30 frickin' 4. But Summertime Blues, which is categorized as an EP, has 9. So it'll be more than 9.
Exactly.
It'll probably be 12 to 15.
I would say it's 15 songs.
That's my guess. Which is still.
That's fine by me.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
Fine by me, dude.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm never excited for new music these days. It all sucks. I get all these Christian rap stuff. I'm like, this is trash. Like, I'm just tired. It's not actually bad. Like, it's good music still. I'm just tired of listening to it. And so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now music's not been super killer. This month of music for country music is like, well, just like this whole season kind of section, from August to like October. Oh my gosh. I mean, Zach Bryan, Charles Wesley Godwin, which we talked about.
Yep.
I talked about last week. Chris Stapleton, Tyler Childers,
Killers.
um, and like there's even like there's like 2 or 3 other ones that are big ones that are coming out like in the next 3 months, 3-4 months. It's just like crazy. So Flatline Calvary, I think they're gonna be announcing theirs soon. So I saw some comment thing. They said they had a big announcement and then posted that they released a music video for their latest song.
Mm.
And some dude was like this is great and all. And I think we were all really hoping for an album announcement. And
Yeah.
he said August is a long month, and
Oh,
so
that's funny.
probably be soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good music I listen to coming out, and then, but other than that, I mean, before August, like the Noah Khan stuff, it's like
Yeah.
really the
16.
only one that I was really excited for.
Yeah. I mean, Luke Combs
So
dropped an album. Morgan Wallen did, right?
yeah, and Morgan Wallen was like skeptical about it or whatever, which rightfully so because it was not. It wasn't
That's
great.
no, it wasn't amazing. Luke
There's
Combs
some
was
good
amazing.
songs, and Luke Combs his first album sucked. His second album was pretty all right. Some good, it's like similar to Morgan Wallen. Some good songs, some not so good songs.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, good time for music when Dark Ryan drops.
Yeah. This next thing was not on my 2023 bingo card.
No, it was not.
Michael Orr. So if you don't know who Michael Orr, he played in the NFL. Most notably, he played for the Baltimore Ravens as like a left or right tackle, something like that. I think left, because if it's the yeah, because the quarterback's blindside. Um,
For right-handed QBs.
yes, but those are majority of QBs. But so Michael Orr, he was a NFL player. They made a movie about him called The Blind Side. He went to Ole Miss, right? Yeah, he went to Ole Miss. They made a movie about him starring Sandra Bullock. It's Sandra Bullock's only Oscar. And he says that he came out, it was like yesterday, I think.
Yesterday or 2 days ago.
His adoption was a lie and fabricated to enrich the Tui family through the movie The Blind Side, and he didn't get any money, and they took all the money and all this stuff.
Yeah, so basically he says that the adoption was fabricated to like fluff the story and pull
Which
on heartstrings and stuff like that. But like the big thing was that he also claimed that they tricked him uh into signing a document that allowed them to make business deals in his name, which is how they were able to do the movie and take the money and all that different stuff. Because they were allowed to use his image, name, and likeness to make them money.
but he was a part of all the movie stuff though,
Yeah.
which is what I don't get. And it's also The Blind Side came out
12 or 13.
2009.
It's even older.
Like it was a long time ago. I don't understand. Like I don't want
think bro
to.
might have a gambling addiction.
I don't want to assume the worst about him, but like, is he broke? Because
I know, like that's the thing. It's like
apparently,
coming out after
I
this
don't
long.
know. Because there's also a book coming out, or that came out.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Everything up to this point has been like they've been close. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
Like if they're taking advantage of him, like that's terrible.
Yeah, which is definitely. I mean, it's possible, but it's like, again, it is so detached, like from all this stuff happened now, the
Yeah.
accusations. Which, if you just want to speak in terms of, percentages and probabilities, when stuff like this comes out years later, it's usually mostly fabricated. Or like
Sadly.
super technical or like whatever, blown out of proportions. There's underlying motivation. Like there's all these different things. It's
Yeah, it's just
usually
weird.
big scam.
Yeah, it is like obviously you want the best for, but there's people like saying take away Sandra Bullock's Oscar and stuff, and they're like, I'm like, no, like even if the Tui family was like, this is all true, It was a movie that was made in 2009, and they didn't know that this was true. So,
Exactly. It's like
like,
what?
Sandra Bullock wasn't like, let's trick this guy. Like, that didn't happen. She got cast in the movie because she was like a humongous actress. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. So,
Facts.
um, but yeah,
Yeah. No, very interesting and random.
so random.
All right. So the current state of streaming services, our next topic.
Topic of
Because
discussion.
Disney Plus, I don't know if it's confirmed or rumored.
I just saw a
I
rumor.
wrote rumored, but they're supposedly raising their prices again, and will be cracking down on password sharing, as
Yeah,
Netflix did.
yeah. Which
Which,
we still are good on. I'm still good on Netflix somehow.
yeah, Netflix. I haven't seen anything like with people. I haven't actually seen a real case of it not working anymore.
No, I've seen people
I,
post where it's like you've been
I've
logged
seen
out.
I've seen posts, but I've never actually like anyone I know.
Yeah.
Can just not happen. I don't understand.
Eh,
But
I really
I
don't.
mean,
And I watch
it,
stuff on Netflix, like I have recently. So
oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean it's just interesting. But raising the price, they've been raising the price so often. And for me, if I was like the one paying for all these things, like Disney Plus would be at the, like right at the bottom of my list on streaming services
yeah,
because they don't really come out with new content.
it's just all the stuff you love already that's already there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like I really like rarely use Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well,
Personally, I'm like rarely ever on it.
I use it. I use it this week because I watched a movie on there. But like, there's nothing like Ahsoka's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's like
And I'm
that, but
like
then
excited, but like I don't want to I like the thing I don't pay for Disney Plus technically. Like
exactly that's what I'm saying. If I was paying for it, like this is at the bottom of my use list. I think that I would probably just, in terms of new content and things like that, like because that's really
or just what gets put
that's,
on. It's like
yeah, that's just like kind
Max,
of
Prime.
exactly. So I feel like I'd be more inclined to like when Ahsoka comes out to like wait till it's all out and then pay for a month and then cancel it again.
Yeah.
Then like keep it, you know?
Yeah, like the thing is Prime's not going anywhere cuz Bezos is a gajillionaire and it's already
Hmm.
attached to just having Amazon Prime. So when you become self-sufficient with Maddie, you guys are going to get Amazon Prime
Hmm.
because you're going to pay for Amazon Prime. Duh. And
Yeah,
then you're
like
going to have Prime
everyone.
Video. So Prime's never going away. I doubt it cuz
Correct.
they make so much money. They don't like Prime is just an attachment that they are just making sure there's upkeep and putting things on, and they obviously they make stuff too, but like you know what I mean. Like there's no like they don't care if you share the password. Like they're making billions of dollars. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Max obviously, I don't
I would say
know.
Max is probably the for me, I'd say Max is probably the front runner of streaming services.
Max is great
They have
stuff.
the most
Oh,
interesting content.
they have the best stuff. They have the most serious stuff.
Like for like watching new movies, watching good movies, like high the amount of the quality of the stuff that they have in terms of TV shows and movies is like I for me, I'd say that's my number one streaming service. I watch stuff off there all the time.
Yeah, they have like
Um,
all the Batmans. They have Goodwill Hunting. I mean, they things go off there, of course,
yeah,
but
but
they
they cycle
cycle in
through
the
really
best.
good movies.
Like
Yeah.
what was just? I'm gonna go to Max right now.
I mean, I could go to Max and list off like a bunch of things
My
on
they have all of
my list.
Ghibli, which I know that's not for everybody, but like, um,
It's a really good thing to have though. But I mean, like in
they
my
just
list,
added
I got like
Fargo.
Platoon, Fargo,
White Man
Fallen
Can't Jump.
Angels,
Yeah,
300, like, and then Moneyball, Dunkirk, Dune,
they got
all
all the
the
Harry
Ghibli,
Potters. They have 2001. I mean, they have like
Seven
iconic
Samurai, The Departed, Hereditary, The Terminator,
Casablanca, Training
Braveheart,
Day,
Band of
Outsiders.
Brothers, which is like considered one of the best TV shows ever.
Yeah.
Like, dude, these movies are insane. And then they got like Rick and Morty, South Park,
Joker, Pulp Fiction,
Game of Thrones,
Friends. Not that I'm like a
Friends.
diehard Friends fan anymore. They have
Yeah, anymore.
Napoleon Dynamite.
You know,
They have a bunch of critically acclaimed things.
It's just a fire streaming service. They're not going anywhere.
No, and they're not gonna. I mean, maybe they'll crack down if people keep buying. Yeah.
I don't know that they will crack down though because they have such good. Their content supports them. People use it because they have good content.
Yeah, it's true. Netflix puts out crappy movies.
Yeah,
Disney doesn't put out anything.
Rights. They get barely any rights to good movies because the movies go to like Prime Video and HBO.
Yeah, and like, because Netflix doesn't like they were so set on becoming their own thing, like that a movie company like Disney, where Disney was a movie company that created a streaming service. Big difference. But they were so set on that they like got rid of everything good.
Well, yeah, well, it's because all the other streaming services were created, and that's what they were. They
Like
were
their studios fell under that.
rights
Yeah.
to use the movies, but then these other streaming services actually own this. Yeah, the studios that own the movies. So it's like they're just gonna go straight on there. But here's the thing with like Disney is that the problem with streaming services doing this is that the reason it's like they're such smart businessmen, like all these people that are in charge of these things. It's like how do they allow themselves to be so stupid? It's like they don't understand what actually caused streaming services to blow up and become like this major thing that is like standardized in the home of like every family.
Mm-hmm.
It's convenience and
Yeah.
price. Like if you make it too inconvenient, people will stop using it. If you make it too expensive, people will stop using it. You have to keep it in this range where it is convenient and cheap enough that people think it is worth it to pay for it. And because now there's so many streaming services,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have these people don't have unlimited money. You can't pay for every single streaming service ever to watch all the time. So
Yeah.
you start singling yourself out like Netflix and Disney. If you start singling yourself out, you're gonna be the first one to go. They're not gonna just tolerate it. They're gonna because they don't. They're not just gonna hold money on their butt and be like, yeah, I'll pay the extra $10 a month to watch Disney Plus twice.
Yeah, I mean it's helpful when they bundle things. Like I don't pay for mine because I'm not my mom and dad's, but it's bundled with my Verizon. So what I pay with Verizon is what I get at Disney. So like the price increase doesn't bother me at the moment. But like for people that just pay for it, like that sucks.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge thing. It's for sure a huge thing. It's just gonna. I mean, for me, I think Disney Plus is not something that should exist. That's kind of like my opinion. I think Disney is the last thing that needs a streaming service. They should just be licensing their stuff onto platforms. Like they should just
I
have their
think
movies.
Hulu should have everything Disney has. That's what I think.
Yeah, essentially.
Like, it shouldn't be, or they needed to do what they said they were going to do and add all those other movies that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they keep saying like, oh, we're gonna get these other movies that are not specifically Disney, but they just don't really do it. But
they got to release something that's like interesting. Like they don't really have like they have Disney originals, but it's a Peter Pan and Wendy remake that's trash.
Well, and then like Disney originals, like it's like Disney Channel original.
It's like kid stuff, or it's really bad remakes, or it's a Marvel TV or Star Wars TV show.
Yeah, I mean Marvel or Star Wars, obviously, but even with that, obviously Marvel's struggling big time with releasing things to Disney Plus that are good. Obviously, you have She-Hulk and whatever Secret Invasion,
bad.
That were both bad.
Falcon and Winter Soldier is not good.
Struggling to release things that go straight to their streaming service that are quality, and so it's
Moon Knight was bad.
Yeah, so it's like this big struggle, and I mean.
But Secret Invasion, they put $220 million into that thing.
Yeah, dude, it's
I'm like, where?
Money laundering, bro.
Where?
There ain't no way.
That's crazy. I don't know. They need.
I mean, the only other good like original thing. It's not even like really that good. It was just like a decent movie. Was the Clouds movie? That was like 2 years ago.
That was 20. That was 2020. That was during the pandemic.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was the beginning. It was fall of my freshman year.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no,
Clouds.
it was. It was fall of
Yeah.
my freshman year.
2020 film. Yeah. Yeah. October 9th.
And it's like not even like the greatest movie ever. It's just like pretty decent.
I
And it was
didn't hate
sad.
it.
But sad movies, I feel like, kind of get like a pass with
A
certain things
pass.
because they make you feel something, which like in turn gives you higher opinions of something and like objectively, uh, just because it made you feel something. So it probably wasn't even that good of a movie, but
No, cause like, I mean, I don't think it probably. I'm trying to look at like everything that's been released on Disney Plus as originals.
I mean
So
like
Noelle, never watched it. Togo, is that Willem Dafoe? The dog movie with Willem Dafoe.
oh, I watched that. It was not very good.
Soul. Okay, Soul would
So
literally. Soul, if it was really, it was that was 2020. So if Soul was released in theaters, it would be considered one of the best Pixar movies.
okay, but Soul I don't count as something because they would not go to Disney Plus. So it can't count as a Disney original
Magic,
thing because
Mad,
it's just a movie that would go to theaters.
Magic Camp with Adam Devine.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Clouds. I mean,
Or like
I'm not naming
the
everything
Jungle
here, but
Cruise.
that was good. I liked Jungle Cruise.
I did too, but that's like I'm saying that's like the only other I didn't see Cruella, but like
That was
Jungle
good.
Cruise,
Chippendale. That was good.
Chippendale. Those were like the two I think that were like decent, like pretty good movies that they released Disney Plus since like it was created.
And here, I'm gonna list off some other ones that I'm just gonna rattle them off that I know aren't like. So Home Sweet Home Alone. Safety, which I know Elijah likes, but he's 8. What does he know? Better Nate Than Never. Sneaker Ella. Hocus Pocus 2. Disenchanted. Peter Pan and Wendy.
Maddie loved Disenchanted.
Chang Can Dunk. What is
Chang
that?
Can Dunk.
Is that? What else is it? I mean, there's other things that just not Artemis Fowl. Oh, the one and only Ivan. Do you remember that movie? With Bryan Cranston and the gorilla.
I don't remember that.
We watched it as a family. But
what was it called?
The one and only Ivan.
The one and only Ivan.
We watched this together. It's like he's like a performer.
I don't remember this.
It came out in the middle of the pandemic.
I don't think I've seen this, bro.
Oh, really?
No
Interesting.
way.
Yeah, no, that's not very good.
No, I think I would remember. Oh, maybe I did. I don't think so, though. I would think I would remember this CGI gorilla.
Yeah, here's everything that's been good, in my opinion. Jungle Cruise.
Oh, wait, I did watch this.
Yeah, we watched it together. Cruella was good. Black Widow isn't the worst thing in the world.
No. But again, that's not a movie that would go to Disney Plus normally.
Normally, Raya and the Last Dragon probably wouldn't normally go to Disney Plus. Mulan movie wouldn't have normally went to Disney Plus, so I won't count that. Okay, what else?
And it also sucked.
Mulan was bad. Soul doesn't count. Luca doesn't count. Turning Red doesn't count. Chippendale probably shouldn't count. But let's say that counts. Chippendale. But then you think about it, it's like Olivia Rodrigo's sour like documentary, the dolphins thing, the I watched the Miley Cyrus thing, her like endless summer vacation, amazing. The holiday special, Werewolf by Night, like
I'd say Werewolf by Night counts. I don't think that's something they would put out into theaters. So.
That's the best thing that Disney Plus has done. The
100%
Howard documentary. So Disney Plus is in shambles.
Facts.
So anyway,
the state of streaming services.
boo.
not great for some, pretty good for others.
Yeah, that's why I'm freaking around and buying my favorite movies because I'm tired of this crap, dude. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
That's why I want to have 200 total movies. Like that's all. I know that's a lot, but like I want to get to that so I have every movie that I love that I can just watch pretty much at any time.
Exactly.
But that also costs too much. But then again, with the prices of streaming services, it might be worth it.
Yeah.
But
However long you'd be paying for streaming services.
Pogue is just dead right now.
Really?
He's just been snoozing all day, man. Just a
That's
lazy,
hilarious.
lazy bum. Not really. He's a cat, so he kind of gets away with it.
Cats are lazy bums, though.
They are. Well, so are our dogs.
Our dogs are old bums.
They are old bums. They're not bums
Cheddar's anything but lazy. Dude doesn't stop.
though. Really?
Yeah, it's anxiety, bro.
That's
He
so
never
funny.
sits down.
Treader needs a therapist.
He needs something.
That's funny. Some CBD.
They already get all
Really?
kinds of different stuff. Yeah,
Even
dude.
dog.
Caspian has medicine now for like his legs or whatever because the vet said that was what was making him aggressive.
Is his
'Cause
legs?
Because he's in so much pain all the time. He's just absolutely over Treader. He was just stabbing him because he was he's having a bad day every day.
You should get him like a little wheelchair for his legs.
Well, now he's good. He's happy now.
Oh,
He
good.
just sleeps and he's not really like in pain. It seems like definitely in less pain. But and then they have Treader. They got this like air diffuser thing that sits by their bed that has like drugs in it
That's
that
funny.
are supposed to mellow him out. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Poke's staring at me.
But moving on to the current state of social media.
And we've talked about this a little bit 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I got rid of my social media.
I have it on my phone again. I have to post things all the time for like things that aren't my own account. So that's why.
Yeah, I have Instagram
Yeah.
and I have Facebook and
I
I still
Twitter.
have X.
X.
But I don't
Yes.
ever. It's because I got rid of TikTok and I got rid of my main Instagram account. I'm just not using my main
Logged out.
Instagram account. So I'm like logged into my design one and
Yeah.
our podcast one. But
Yeah.
it's just I got rid of the things that like took up the most time,
Yeah.
and then it's been actually really nice.
Yeah, cause like it's interesting. Cause like some people will tell you like, oh, you got rid of TikTok, but you watch movies, and I am a firm believer that that's not the same thing.
That's absolutely not even close to the same thing.
Or like
I
video
don't know
games.
who's telling
I
you
don't think
that.
video like I think
Video
video
games are not the same thing either. You want to know why I got rid of ultimately like the things that made me get rid of social media and cut back on social media? It was attention deficiency. The fact that I'd get onto a game and like Call of Duty, I'd open up the game, double click it, and while it's loading for literally 3 seconds, I would pick up my
Yeah.
phone.
It's
And then
tough.
I would click play online, and it has a little loading screen that happens. It's like 5 seconds max. Pick up my phone again. Then I'd go to join a game, and in between, and it takes like sometimes it takes like 10 times of like searching for a match to get into a BO2 game, just because there's not a lot of people. So you got like sometimes there's just like no game to get into, and so I'd go into it, then I'd pick up my phone and go on TikTok, and then I would sit there and I'd be in my own lobby, not searching for a game because I'm on TikTok now. And so then I'd like
Right.
not end up playing or starting games that I was meant to be doing and that I wanted to do for like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes before I even started to do it. And then once I load into the game, I pick it up again. And then I stop in
Right.
class and I pick up my phone again. And all these different things was just like
Yeah.
so much. And then, but the main issue is that for me, social media has become so overbearing.
Yeah, it's everything.
It's not like an outlet, and like
It's not. There's.
it's not something to remove yourself from the world anymore. It's like not like something to enjoy. It's actually exhausting to use social media now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like so overwhelmed by like everything that I just like dislike about the world every time I
Yeah,
open
it's
up social
it's
media.
like, oh, aliens, oh, Russia. I'm like, I don't need to see that Russia could nuke us every day. Like, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I
If
mean
I,
it's just like
like
it's
it's
just there's no with social media there's just no time to like be alone from the world.
it's also not life giving anymore. Like it used to be fun. Like everyone was posting their friends. It's like
Yeah, you're like seeing your friends.
most feeds now. It's like people aren't posting. It's just every other famous person that posts because they have
Yeah,
a social media manager. Like,
it's famous people. It's obviously I see design stuff, which I still do. I follow a bunch of design people on my design account, so that now when I do open up Instagram to be bored or whatever, at least I'm what I'm doing is going through explore page or my feed, which is all posts of just like graphic design
yeah,
and artwork and things like that. So at least
yeah,
I'm getting like inspiration, but I still don't spend. I'll like be on it for like 5 to 10 minutes max, and I pick up way less. But before social media, it's like you go out into the world or whatever, and you can get annoyed of the world, all that different stuff. You hear the news, TV, whatever. You turn it off, you're good. You can go home, you can spend time with your family, whatever, do whatever you
hmm
want. And social media becoming like such a standard thing to do in your free time, for me, it got rid of that whole like stepping away from the world thing and it was just like too much.
well, it's like the margins. It's like when you're sitting on a subway, you can't just sit there or read a book or like watch an interesting video. It's like because I don't think it's wrong to watch a long form video or like you listen to a long form podcast. And if you're always listening to it, like that's fine. I think you should take time to not be consuming some sort of media, which
Yeah.
I try to do still. Obviously, I don't spend all my time watching movies. Popular the contrary.
But I think as long as
Contrary.
what you're doing is productive and positive,
Yeah,
it
there's
sounds like your mindset, you're learning something, you're having, it's good for your mental health, it's good for whatever, or it is actually an escape from the world. It's an outlet, whatever. So like movies, it doesn't have to all be serious. Like, but for movies, like find like a good movie that you like just enjoy watching. You know,
yeah.
the whole time that you're not like thinking about other things and whatever. But otherwise, it's like yeah, if you're gonna do podcasts like or read or whatever, like or watch videos, it's like totally fine. I just feel so much more like happy and whatever doing stuff that like after I'm done I'm like yeah I learned something or I feel better about something.
Yeah, because that's the thing with um, that's why I listen to podcasts, or if you listen to music, or like obviously reading, duh. And then movies, just so that you learn a lot, especially if you watch serious movies or like those type of things. Which that's most of the stuff I watch. But sometimes you need to watch, like you said, escapist like experiences. Which I don't think if you're totally just trying to escape from the world because of your life, you need professional mental help.
Yeah,
But like if that's
definitely.
all you do. But like this week, like I watched the other two Pirates movies because I just didn't feel like engaging with like a very enriching movie watching experience because I had been just watching stuff that had been super like my mind was cognitively always there and like I had just watched Interstellar and so it's like I'm gonna watch something that I can just lean my chair back and just like escape
Yeah,
from.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's not like the whole point is that I think short form content is pretty much terrible
It's awful.
all around.
It's
I think
awful.
short form content is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity.
It's
And
bad,
for me
man.
personally, that's why I tried to get rid of it.
Dude,
I
the fact that
Short form content was like literally ruining my life.
do you know
I
what's
couldn't
bothered?
sit and enjoy a moment.
Bothered me? There's been two times. So I don't remember what the last one was, but there was a time me and you were gonna watch Cinema Paradiso, and then whatever movie was last, I don't remember what movie it was. It was like, oh, what movie was
I don't remember what it was. Oh,
it? What was it? It was popular.
Oh gosh, dude, I don't know why I can't remember it.
Um, whatever. It was that movie and another movie, and I was like, oh, I don't have 3 hours to watch a movie in a different language. What movie was it? Oh my gosh. But it's like I did. I just would have to sit there and not be on my phone at all because I have to read the words.
Hmm.
My attention span couldn't just sit there and enjoy something that's probably really good and all I need to do at the moment. But I had to like look at my phone or like, yeah, I don't know. Like that's just bad. That's just I was like, why can't I do that? What was that stupid movie?
I don't know,
I'm gonna find it.
but yeah, I mean, 100%, dude. It's just it got to a point where I just got so tired of not being able to put down my phone. I was like,
Yeah.
needed to get rid of it. Needed to get rid of social media and all the things that I get on to. Like, not obviously not all social media. Clearly, we already talked about that.
Yeah, because I mean, like Letterbox, the social media thing.
Yeah, technically Letterbox social media, but I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time on Letterbox. Some days I do, some days I don't. But even when I do, like the most time I spend on Letterbox, I'm like either searching for like a bunch of movies to like add to my watch list,
Oh, Stalker.
or oh yeah, or I'm just organizing my list
Which is
or
fun and
something like
productive.
that. Exactly, that's like the big thing for me is like after I do something, I want to like not feel
What's the
guilty or
word? Oh, what's the
regretful about it.
yeah, Elon Musk, he talks about it with Twitter, but or X. I don't think it can be necessary. It's hard for that to be a reality on short form social media content, in any sense. But I like the phrasing in terms of how I want to live. He calls it non-regrettable minutes, and he's talking about it in time when you're literally scrolling, and so when you get off the app, you're not like regretting it. Which every time, unless I'm like going for a specific purpose, I regret every time I scroll on any stupid.
Well, it's like, yeah, that's the thing for me. That's like why I've kept certain social medias like Facebook and Twitter and whatever.
Facebook, I
Because
see people that I like
yeah,
post.
and like when I go on them, I'm not like scrolling. I'm not aimless. Like if I'm not seeing something I want to see or like whatever like stupid stuff showing up, or I'm like, I just like close the app immediately. I'll like be on for like 2 minutes max, and then I won't be like with TikTok or Instagram and like close it and then literally open it like 3 seconds later. It's like just not the same. And so yeah, when I get off of those, I'm never like regretful of what I just spent time doing.
Yeah,
And it didn't like take away from something.
I deleted YouTube off my phone.
I don't ever really get on YouTube on my phone.
Well, that I just don't watch YouTube videos on my phone very often. Like sometimes I do, or like listen to a podcast maybe. But I kept going on Shorts, and when I deleted TikTok, I was like, nah, I'm done. I can't do
Oh
it
yeah.
because
See,
it
that's
went.
why I got rid of my main Instagram, because I was like, I'm just gonna end up on Reels. Like everyone I talk to who's ever like deleted TikTok just ends up like using Reels.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I already know it. When I stopped using TikTok, um, for whatever, like there's been a few times where I just use TikTok less. It's always because I end up on Instagram more. And it's like I'm not actually saving any of the time I'm spending, just
yeah,
diverting it to something as useless.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
it's annoying, man.
yeah. I mean, it's been like honestly, I've been so much like not even a joke. I've been just so much happier since I deleted it.
Yeah, it's like the best things to do. I mean, watch movies. We already do that. Reading is super good. Like download books on your phone. If you're
Hmm.
gonna be on your phone, like,
Which, and
uh,
I'm like not that kind of thing. Like I will never download it on my phone, but I
yeah,
will buy books. Like I've already read a book, obviously in like a day,
yeah, a small,
basically,
nice book. Yeah,
small book. But I mean, I'm just gonna start another book. I'm not gonna whatever, or I'm gonna go get another book or
yeah.
something. It was extremely rewarding to read
Read the
and
Bible.
was really nice. Yeah, exactly. Spending more time reading the Bible, drawing, designing, all these other things that I had stopped doing.
Do you want? You need to get. This is one of the best. Get memo books. I'm telling you. because
Yeah.
anytime you want to write something down or you think of an idea, because obviously we do that a lot, and then we text somebody or we write it in our phone, but then we end up being on our phone for a lot longer after we do that thing.
Yeah, and it's also not. It's writing down for me is something so much better. I do notes when I like am away, which I already have like a field notes book like
Mm-hmm.
on Amazon ready to order. I just
You can get
didn't
like a
have money.
pack of them for cheap.
Now I do,
Yeah.
which so I will probably order them when I get back and have them or whatever. Like there's like 3 pack for like $15.
Yeah.
And but for writing down for me is just like so much better cognitively, like for remembering and actually fleshing out ideas in my head. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
actually write them down, I'll actually get to the point that I wanted to make like in my mind faster and less words and all these different things. And then when I come back to that idea, it's like way easier to build on those ideas than if I typed it into a phone. I'll be
And
like,
it's
what was I meaning by this?
and it's literally scientifically proven that if you write something down with a blue pen, you are more likely to remember it.
Yeah.
Which I don't always use a blue pen, but like writing things
Sure.
down
But
is
writing things down is
way more
also
effective.
proven to be more effective. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just better.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for us, and I don't
I'd
know
recommend
about
it for anybody.
everyone, but uh, yeah, I mean, tangible and physical things has been on the uprise.
And I
Owning
think there's a
physical things,
reason.
using physical, tangible things, writing, reading, those kind of things, and not like the switch from like taking notes like in class on your laptop to like using a notebook, like that kind of thing. I feel like that kind of stuff's gonna start changing back, like
Yeah.
being more popular to not try to make everything into a digital interface.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's
yeah,
interesting. It's like, oh, everybody wants a one social media. It's like, no, I just want a simple social media that
yeah,
everybody uses and it's not.
I want a social media that I just can do like yeah, like a one social media, but like a one social media that gets rid of all this garbage that I don't want.
It's just
Like,
people you follow. Like, okay, honestly, like, be real. It's just people you follow. You can't follow celebrities. You just follow the people you know.
mm-hmm.
And not, I don't think be real is the answer because it's you just post one time a day and it's just fun, whatever. I
Yeah.
think it's a good social media. I keep it because I go on it for 2 minutes a day, if
No,
that.
yeah, that's valid. I completely agree. I don't have Be Real, obviously, you know that.
Yeah,
And we've talked about that before.
yeah.
But in terms of social media, yeah, I would actually completely agree that I think Be Real is probably the best form of social media out right now.
Because it's
It's not the people who made it, the people who own it, aren't driven with increasing consumption,
yeah. That's
which is
what.
every other social media.
Well, that was what Instagram was, where it was like,
Yeah,
and
you just
Facebook to a certain
posting.
extent, but Facebook's cluttered with crap now too. Uh,
It's so cluttered with. I want to use it so bad, but it's so cluttered with ad space and like the
like
different like trying to
videos.
push like the reels and things like that. Like you get like sponsored post and then a reel and then like another like suggested post and like 5 things straight down. I'm like I don't want to see any of this.
Yeah, like, and that, not to bring it back to Letterbox, but people are on Letterbox not because they want to spend 17 hours scrolling, which you could easily, but not scrolling, but like doing stuff on there. But people
You
go
definitely
there
could, yeah.
to follow, it's like passion and love based. Instagram was that based on just each other's lives, like people just seeing each other's lives, and
And
until it
yeah,
became this like
and
standard
Letterbox,
that you had to do, and like,
yeah, and like Letterbox, I'd say would probably the factor that makes social media, in our opinion, something that would be successful is if it's task oriented. It's something like that you're getting on for a specific and intentional reason, not just well, I mean, at this point in time, social media has become subconscious. People
yeah,
don't even get on for a reason at all, and
they
people
just
don't
get
even
on.
consciously get onto an app anymore. They literally just do it subconsciously, which is like
Yeah, scary.
so bad. And I was doing the same thing, and it's like just actually scared, terrified me. And
Yeah.
but but yeah, like getting on Facebook or new social media app to like see what your friends have to say or pictures or
That's what I want to
whatever.
do.
It's like what we want, and that's like what Letterboxd has. Like you get on your to rate a movie, or you get on to look for a movie, or you get on to see what people have to say about a movie, or you get
Yeah.
on to
like
see
what your
you had to
friends
say about a
say.
movie.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
your mutual. Like there's a guy I follow. We became mutuals, and we've talked a little bit through Letterboxd. But he does something every Monday where he's like, he rewatches the paint drying over and over again, and it's called Make Conversation Monday, and he writes an excerpt and then asks a question, then everybody talks in the comments about it. I'm like, that's cool because we're
that's
just
cool.
talking about a topic. I'm like, I would love to do that on Instagram. Like, I would love a social media where I could see people post about their actual life, not just when they go to the freaking Bahamas.
Yeah, social media is too externally cultivated to the
And
user. It's too much. There's too much cultivation and like algorithmic work that goes on that is not in the hands of the user. Like you're not curating really what you want to see. It's almost like become impossible for that. Like obviously we talked about Instagram started off as like this great thing where everyone just posted whatever and you got like, no one really cared how many likes you got and all that kind of thing, which was great. Honestly, one of the only positive implementations Instagram's done in a long time is removing visible likes.
yeah,
Um, but it was so easy to post and then it got hard to post and they were like, well, people post on Snapchat, so let's do stories.
yeah.
And then stories was like, oh, it's easy to post. You just post random things on your story. So then it's like people are using stories to see the stuff that they should be seeing on their feed because people got so particular.
Ow! Ow, dude, no! Ow! Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's too funny, dude.
That's probably not gonna be anything, but that hurt so bad. He just freaking stole some skin. Ow.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh,
I
but yeah,
yeah,
and
no, I get
and now stories are not even that anymore. They're like everything's so oriented around
I want social
these things
media
they'll
to
want.
be centered around authenticity of a person that I follow and the creativity of somebody that I don't know that I want to follow. Like if like you said graphic design stuff or like I want someone to post about movies or like
Yeah, we need a social media that has we need a social media like Instagram, old Instagram. And it really needs, I mean, you can have stories, you can have feed. That's great. Explore,
get rid
in
of it.
my opinion, no.
Just
It's great
search.
for like finding it. Like it helped me find a lot of design people, but at the end of the day, no. You
Yeah.
can find it. There's other ways to do that. So it's like, no, I'm good. Uh, and it will just help keep it more simple.
Yeah.
But then no paid promotion, no ad space, nothing.
Like
I don't
ads are
want to see
illegal.
something.
Ads are
I do
illegal.
not want to see something I do not follow. I don't want to see stuff related to what I
Like
follow.
suggested, yeah.
Just don't suggest me anything. Don't let someone pay to become like to show up on my feed. None of it. I don't want to see anything I don't follow. That's
Yeah.
what I want on social media.
Yeah, that would be nice. We should create it. People, dude, Gen Z, that's what people want. They want authenticity. That's what our generation wants really bad. So
Yeah, I mean it's like an
but be real took
alternate
off.
version. It's like an alternate version of the one saying, which is like, what is it? Hard times create uh strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. And it's a cycle.
Yeah.
Or it's like the same thing. It's like we were progressing into like such curated content. It was like what everyone wanted, and it's like no one wants it anymore. Everyone's
That's
like, this is not actually what I thought this was going to be like.
everyone's so emotionally unhealthy. Like it's
Mental
great.
and mental illness is like so crazy.
Like let's see. Uh let's see if I have this book. Uh let's see. Yeah, all the feels, Gen Z and well-being. It's a uh caring for young souls, Gen Z, like statistic stuff. Um, I'm gonna see if I can find anything. Um, where's the? Yeah, 30% of Gen Z teens feel anxious. Yeah, these are crazy. Like just so there's so many statistics about just if what This is crazy. Okay, this is good. If you're feeling lonely, what makes you feel better? Social media, 8% of people say that's what makes them feel better. This is
8% of people lied.
yeah. There's things below it, okay? At 10% is gaming. Cool.
I think that's valid.
12% movies or TV.
I
Cool.
think that's valid.
Music is at 18%.
Music should be like 50, in my opinion.
But the thing is like people don't actually do this. Like this is what makes them feel better, but we never do it. We just go to social media. If combining with connecting with a person or a family member is 65%. It's like that's what people need. Like that's
connection.
what we need, connection. Not
that's how we were wired. Like that's literally
how God wired us. Like of course it's
exactly is to have a relationship and all these different things. And then if you just think about it, it talked about it in the book. Actually, it was talking about how we, for so many years or whatever, we lived in tribal scenarios. Like we were always with groups and collectives. And it's like
we are.
Like that's like what we are.
John. Oh yeah, he's brilliant. Obviously, he says that we are alone together. That we're all connected through social media, but all of us are alone because we're not actually connecting with people.
It's accurate. Intimate relationship is so scarce now.
And it's what people crave because that's how we're created. And yeah. Anyway, maybe we need to just create a social media.
Maybe we do.
I'd be down. That'd be sick. It'd be so cool. It just would cost so much stupid money.
Yeah, it'd probably cost like $5,000. So we could probably do everything up until
launching it,
developing it.
Yeah,
we'd have to pay someone to actually code it because I couldn't do that. But I could design the entire thing. Like obviously do UX design, so I can create an entire app prototype, functioning app prototype.
See, that'd be sick. We should do that. We could do. That's a good way to spend time.
Exactly, stuff like that. And not to get off topic again, but just read the book, so obviously it's fresh in my mind. But that's like the whole premise of the book.
Yeah.
The whole topic of the book is like how resistance and what resistance is and how it stops us from creating art and how we're all artistic and creative and whatever. But we all stop with resistance and different forms of resistance and how it comes at you. And he talks, one of the big things is like, what would you have done, if you, said, screw it to resistance.
I'm gonna do it. Anyway. Yeah.
It's like, and things like that. It's like, will we, actually do something? Or like the book that we're making is like, we could 100% not make the book.
Yeah.
But that'd be
resistance.
Yeah, and that'd be giving into it. And it's like, we should.
And like, well, I would say there's a couple scenarios where I still resist. Obviously, I think you resist or give into resistance in certain scenarios. I think the book is an example of us. I think we're resisting resistance at the moment. But when you start designing and like we're like, no, I'm just gonna do it.
Like that. Exactly. I talked about it at the beginning actually, which is interesting. I did it before I even finished the book, but with the Barbie graphic or whatever, I was like, I don't think I need to post this. It's not relevant. It's like that.
Just do it.
Doesn't matter. I made it. Why would I not post it?
And like this podcast, we don't.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. We don't do it for viewership for anything. We do it because we feel like we should do it.
Because it's a creative outlet for one. It is a connection, obviously between me and you, and like maybe other people that listen to it. But that's not like we're not getting paid to do it. But we take 2 hours out of our day or out of our week every week at least. Plus,
well, and then more with preparation and things.
Yeah, it's like because resistance would be like, no, don't do it. That's lame. Nope.
Yeah,
which is obviously
there's no point. Like no one cares. Why do it? It's just a waste of time. It's not. Yeah. Nothing's coming of it. It's not going to make you money. It's not going to do whatever.
Yeah.
But for us, it feels like we should do it.
Yeah,
and so it's like we should do it then.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like, what would you do if resistance wasn't there? It's like, I'd do this podcast, which I'm doing. I'd create the book with you. I'd write another book.
Yeah.
I'd write a movie script. Like, that's what I would love to do. But
Exactly.
And then, yeah, so it's you just gotta do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
And it goes with
for sure.
literally everything. Like, if you want to start a podcast, like, I hate the stigma around podcasts where it's like everybody has a podcast. Like, so what? Let them have a podcast. Let their
Exactly,
mom and
that's-
grandma listen to it. I don't care.
But that's a resistance. Like that's something stopping you from doing it. That's
And-
and you might think it's rational, but rationalization is actually just it's just the same thing. Obviously, there are some things that you rationalize and you do, but saying, oh, hearing people tell you that, oh, everyone has a podcast, you don't need a podcast, no one's gonna listen to your podcast. I mean, that might feel rational to you, but it's not. That's not
No.
rational. Do it because you want to do it.
Yeah, because it's fun. Be creative. Like, and obviously, like I said, this guy's a Christian, but he's like, that's not a Christian book. Resistance is obviously sin, the sinful part of the world.
Well, yeah, he does talk about resistance. He says, talking about how he's personifying it. And he's like, but resistance has to be evil.
Yeah,
if what you're doing when you refuse resistance is good.
Yeah, because we're creating God's like the ultimate creator. Like he's creative. Like, you look at a sunset, the dude's artistic touch is like unmatched. Like, creating intelligent humans, all these things. We are meant to create things. And resistance tells us not to, because.
And he talks about, like, on the topic, I mean, of the sunrise, he's like, talks about one of the things he says in it, which like is really good, is that, and it might even be a quote from something else that he pulled, but he's talking about how sunrises are as common as dirt, but yet they're still miraculous.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, what you're doing might be as common, like might be just this common mundane thing, which like
can still be beautiful. Yeah, 100%.
And if it means something to you, it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that always just reminds me of the podcast conversation. Don't create a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, exactly. I have redeeming reels too, and like,
maybe it's the thing that you're like meant to do.
Yeah.
Like maybe it becomes this huge thing. You have no idea, but it never will if you don't do it. And even if it doesn't become a huge thing, if you enjoy doing it, do it. And then if you don't enjoy doing it, don't do it.
Yeah, literally, like
it doesn't matter. You can put out one episode and be like, I didn't really enjoy recording and putting that out and whatever,
Don't do it. Yeah, exactly.
If you're like thinking, oh, I don't want to put it out because I'm scared, obviously that's stupid. But if you're like, I just didn't enjoy that, really. It wasn't my favorite thing to do. I'd rather do something else. Then just leave your one episode out there and don't do it again.
Do something else. Yeah, because it's like, Colin and Samir talk about it too, and that's their entire brand is press publish. It's like, be creative, do what you want to do, like, be your authentic self, and like, who cares? Just press publish. Like, just post the video. And then their context is YouTube, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But you just have to do it.
It's applicable everywhere, though. So
yeah, literally every area of your life. If you want to become like I don't even know. If you want to do whatever job, you want to quit your career, obviously make smart choices still, but like, do it. Like, just change career path. That's fine.
Yeah, still do it.
So I'm gonna reread it this week. I loved it. I mean, I read it every once in a while just because I carry it with me, but I'm gonna reread that book. He's written a couple other stuff.
I know. I'm gonna look at his stuff because he's really good.
He's smart.
He talks about one of his things, but his one book, his first one, which he did, and he was doing like movie writing, and then he's like, I'm gonna write a novel, and then everyone was like, you're not gonna make anything because writers' first novels tend to not make anything. The first ones to get published, not even counting all the ones he wrote that just never got published.
Right.
But then it took off, and it was like his best-selling thing, and made him the most money he had done in his entire career writing.
Right, because he's written a lot of stuff.
It was like,
I want to read Turning Pro. That's what I want to read next.
Yeah, Well,
That's like that's the second book to
it's
this.
the second book, but expanded, right?
Yeah, it's tap into your inner power and create your life's work. It's helping you, and then I have do the work, which is like a guide to help you like literally
Do work.
do your thing. You like pick it like I have that somewhere. Oh wait, no way. He released a new book in 2022.
Really? What's it called?
Uh, Put your ass where your heart wants to be. I love good titles.
That is a great title. Yeah, there's one book I was super intrigued by because I've been making a list of books, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called. I want to find the full title of it. Um, yeah, The Power of Keeping Your Mouth Shut in an Endlessly Noisy World. It's called STFU,
Oh, nice.
and that was like super intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like basically what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
How everything in the world's so noisy now, and there's no escape from it. And it's like that's something I think is super important. It's like just not talking all the time. I don't think we were meant to be able to share every little thing we ever thought with the entire world.
Probably not. No.
So I think that's something that will be really intriguing and useful to read.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
But
Oh, and I want to read The Creative Act. We both
oh
should
yeah,
read that. That with
yeah.
Rick Rubin. Oh
Mm-hmm.
gosh, so good. Anyway, um, uh, Maestro trailer. Speaking of
No,
someone
we
who didn't
should
give
have
in to
done it before.
resistance, Bradley Cooper. Um, quickly, it looks great. Bradley Cooper does no wrong. He's fantastic, so I'm very excited.
Oh yeah,
And it's shot in 35 millimeter, which is sick. So,
that is dope.
um, it just looks like an interesting story. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
you ready to be challenged?
I'm ready to be challenged. Let me guess what I think this is. It's called
Okay.
Letterboxd Guessing Game.
Yeah, that's what I
And
wrote in our
what that
notes.
makes me think of is I'm guessing that you're gonna have movies, pre-picked movies, and then you're gonna like kind of name off the like big letterbox features. You know, like it's rated this on Letterboxd.
Oh,
It's
that's actually a good idea. You should do that
not
next week for
this.
me. How about that? Because it's not that.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna give you options. Because I don't know what's too hard for you. Um, so I have three different options for you. So you can either do 2020s, 2010s, or overall most popular. There's 36 movies, and you'd have to guess.
Oh, so this is what's it called? Hive Mind.
I don't know. Is that a
Have you
thing?
seen that? It's like a it might be the name of the podcast. It's like a podcast though. Somebody
Oh.
I've seen it on TikTok, but they play and they yeah. So it's like top 10 bills, and then you try to name them.
Oh yeah, kind of like
So it's like
like
yeah, you're filling in the slots.
yes. It'd be that. So you could do 2010s, which would be probably hard. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think I'm gonna do 2010s.
you
I'm either gonna
know,
do
I can
most
guarantee you
popular
know
or
every single movie that's on every
yeah, but I
list.
think it's gonna be too hard to think of.
You could do 2020s, which is recent, or you could do most popular, which means the most logged movies on Letterboxd.
Oh man. Okay. I don't know. That's hard.
It's up to you.
I think I should do the 2020s one. I think
2020s. All right.
that'll be interesting, I think. Um
I'm gonna screenshot this and then put it in Paint so that I can.
I'm gonna try to let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna try to work. I don't know, I guess backwards. I'm gonna
Oh,
try to go with the most recent.
where
And then once I stop doing that, I guess I'll just go to big ones. And there's 36. You're doing 36 of them?
Yeah, I got 36. Okay. And I'm only looking at 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, I'm only looking at 72, so I'm not gonna like go to other pages. But so this is 2020's top 36.
Wait, so I just have to get 30.
No, you have to get the top 36, and you get 5 strikes.
Oh, I only get 5 strikes. Oh
Uh,
wow.
Actually, no, I'll give you 10. Because when I've seen this done, it's by 3 people guessing, and they each get 3. So you get 10 strikes.
Okay.
Which is very generous.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start with Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 10. Okay.
I'm just gonna go straight to Barbie.
Barbie's number 3.
Okay. Oh, dude, already starting. I'm already not gonna really go in linear order.
No, there's no way.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Number 1.
Okay. The Batman.
Number 2.
Oh, top 3, baby.
Yeah, you got top 3.
Not bad. Guardians.
Guardians is number 16.
Okay. Like middle.
It's good.
Not bad. Oh, Avatar. The new Avatar.
Avatar's number 12.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 2020. Okay, what else came out in 2022? I mean, I don't know which year it was, but No Way Home.
Number 4.
Oh wow. I did not think it'd be that high.
Yeah, high, man. Super high.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Would Nope be up there?
Nope is number
Oh, it's there. That's crazy.
9.
Oh,
Number 9.
God. Why? I don't even know why. Like Across the Spider-Verse.
Number 7. Yeah.
Oh man. Was After Sun?
After Sun is number 23.
That makes me happy.
It's popular in the letterbox community, so it makes sense.
That makes sense. That does make sense. Oh, Top Gun Maverick.
Yep, number
For sure.
15. Just below Guardians.
Is there any other big ones? Like
yes. Yes, there's big ones.
Like that.
In terms of money,
in terms of like just insane popularity, like I would put Top Gun, The Batman, Everything All Everywhere All at Once, No Way Home.
There's
Barbie,
you're missing
Oppenheimer.
You're missing
Those
one.
Are like huge.
You're missing a $1 billion movie. Yeah, you're missing one.
Elvis.
Elvis is number 36. That's not a $1 billion movie, but
no, but it made me think of it.
Yeah. That's number 36.
Okay. This one you love, Babylon.
Babylon is 35.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be higher in the with Letterboxd and everything. Okay. I don't know if there's gonna be more Marvel. I'm gonna say Love and Thunder made, and then it's gonna be up there even though it's garbage.
24.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Love and Thunder.
Well, then I'm gonna say Multiverse of Madness is probably on
13.
What?
Yeah. I like Multiverse of Madness too, so.
So did I. I just didn't think it'd be that high.
Yeah, 13.
That's above Maverick, isn't it?
Yeah. And Guardians 3.
Okay.
There are.
What else might have made $1 billion?
There's one movie. There's $1 billion movie that you are like, big movie that came out.
Dune.
Dune didn't make $1 billion, but that is number 6.
I don't know how much Dune made.
It got released to streaming too. Yeah.
What came out to theaters then?
recently.
Recently came out to theaters.
$2023 billion. I'm shocked you can't get this.
I have no idea.
Well,
I'm
then
just gonna move on for a
keep,
little bit.
keep going, yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Marvel. I think there's one more. I think that
There's
Wakanda
3 more.
Forever.
That's a very good hint, but yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
Number 34.
What else came out? I don't think the Eternals on there.
Not Eternals.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi is number 30.
And there's one more.
One more. Right next to Shang-Chi at 29. Came out in 2021.
There's no way that's on here.
Yeah, it is.
Black Widow?
Yeah, Black Widow.
No way.
Yes.
That's blasphemous.
It's not that bad, but okay. You're missing some popular things that you should easily get. And then I'll give you hints. I can't believe you haven't got the $1 billion one. I mean, it's the biggest movie this year. This is crazy.
What is the biggest movie this year? Other than Barbie and Oppenheimer.
This is so funny. It's the biggest movie. I can't get, like, this is so obvious.
Mario?
Mario.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know it made that much. I knew it made a lot.
1.3 billion.
I did not know it made that much.
Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Made a lot of money. Okay.
That's good because that's like the only other one I think I can think of.
That's the only other $1 billion movie.
Did I say Puss in Boots?
Nope, but that is number 18.
Animated movies.
We just talked about one animated movie.
Really?
We did just talk about it about 20 minutes ago. Probably longer because we talked about social media for a while, but in our previous conversation.
Oh, when we like listed like 50 different movies?
Yeah, but one of them we talked about being
Oh, Soul.
Soul is number 14. So in the top 10, you were missing number 5, number 8, and number 9. Wait. 5, 8, and 11. In the top 10.
5, 8, and 11.
There's only 2 movies on here I know
Banshees?
you haven't seen.
Banshees?
Banshees is number 17.
Oh wow, it's not up there. It's got to be other animated though.
I'll tell you how many. There's
Yeah, tell me how many animated there is left.
There's
I don't think that they're that high, but I
one.
feel like I should be able to think
There's
of them.
one animated left.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. Well, there's been crazier things though, but I don't think it'd be Lightyear.
Is that a guess?
Maybe no.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't think it's
Okay.
it's gonna be Lightyear. It might be. I'm gonna guess Turning Red.
No,
No.
not Turning Red.
What else
That's
came
not
out?
even in the top 70. Oh no, I'm a liar. It's Turning Red is
I'm a liar.
41. 41. Turning Red 41. I didn't see it.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, so not terrible.
I was like, that was a pretty popular movie. What was more popular than Turning Red?
It's Disney, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I assumed, but I guess that does help. If it was not Disney, that would have been very helpful. Because I was not thinking of anything non-Disney.
Mm-hmm.
2020. 2023.
Wasn't this year. Wasn't 2020.
I don't even remember what came out this year. It
Repeat.
wasn't. It obviously wasn't Strange World. That was garbage.
Nope.
But I don't even remember what came out this year. Oh, Elemental. Duh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's that though. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I have the last animated movie. I think Elijah would kill me that I like guessed it this late, and Mom probably. Encanto.
It is Encanto. Yeah, Encanto. Okay.
Uh,
What else?
okay. Well, now back to the top 11.
Yeah.
You said six,
So
five,
5,
9,
8, and
11.
11. 5, 8, and
5,
11.
8.
2 are Netflix originals.
Netflix original. Was I don't know if this was a Netflix original. I can't remember. There's only one Netflix original I can think of though.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's two, but one's Extraction 2, so I don't think it's that, and Extraction 1, but I don't think it's them. The only other one I can think of is Don't Look Up, but I don't remember it being like that crazy.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Number 11.
Oh.
I was going to give you the hint. It was the first ever movie of the week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What? That is accurate. That's crazy.
There's one more. But I won't give you a hint for that one yet.
Give me. Is there a horror movie?
There's 3 and one that's a thriller that some people maybe consider a horror, but I wouldn't. Actually, 4. So there's 2 definite thrillers. One's number 5, which I don't think you're gonna get it without significant hints. And then one is a thriller.
Well, maybe I'll think it's like at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
definitely.
One's a thriller,
that I'd put
and
that
then there's
high.
3 100% without a doubt horror. 2 of them I don't think you've seen, so I don't think you'll get them.
Well, I do know one horror movie or thriller horror. I don't even know if it's a horror or thriller, but I know it's really popular and I haven't seen it and I want to see it.
What?
And I think it might be the 5. Is it X?
That's not 5, but that is one of them.
Oh, really?
That's number.
Yeah, because I wanted
that's
to see
20.
that really
That's
bad.
20.
Okay.
And there's one very similar to X, hint, hint, that is also in this. As in, like, it's a sequel or prequel, I don't remember. I don't remember if you know what it's called.
Oh, it starts with... Doesn't it start with, like, a P?
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah, it does. I'm also going to give you another strike for just the hints. But you're at 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're fine. You're, like, chilling.
I don't think I'll get all of them, to be honest, without hints.
Yeah. Each hint, big hint I give you, I'll give you a strike.
I think I'd get to a stalemate towards the end, and I have to like guess a bunch of movies to get wrong. But
yeah.
Gosh, what is this one that starts? I like.
That starts with P.
I can like see it.
See the poster probably too.
Yeah.
Because it's got the same actress.
Yeah, I know.
Jenna Ortega's in it. I'm pretty sure. I can just give it to you so you can move on. Also.
Oh, it's like on the. I just know it. I know it, but I'm gonna guess an actual horror.
Okay.
And one that I did not particularly. It was very uncomfortable, so I would not put it this high just because it was made me so uncomfortable. The things that it was talking about and the themes, but Barbarian.
Number 26. That's the other horror.
Yeah, because that was. I mean, it was a decent horror movie, but like the themes of like this dude being messed up and having this whole like
basement
incest rape family in the basement type deal. That was like the main monster was the daughter of like multiple generations. It's just like very uncomfy. Um, I think I have the other one
Okay.
that I couldn't think of.
All right.
Is it called Pearl?
Yeah, it is. Nice work.
Okay.
Nice
I
work.
was like, it's like
Nice.
that sounds right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you got 5, 8, 19, 21, 22, 28, 31, 32.
That's a lot.
You have a Oscar winner in one of them for a major Oscar. You
Major
have
Oscar. Okay.
a action movie, a fun action movie. You have a thriller. There's
No, fun action movie. Is it Suicide Squad?
I was about to say a comic book movie too. The Suicide
Oh.
Squad is it's just after Pearl, so 26 I think, 25.
I thought that was the fun
28,
action movie
28.
you were talking about.
No. There's a fun action, like just pure fun action movie.
I don't know what that could be.
I don't know if you've seen it. I feel like you
That
have.
might not help.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it.
Um, this Oscar winner.
For a major Oscar, so best actor, best
Yeah, so
actress,
best actor, actress, film, whatever. Yeah, the
film,
main things.
supporting. Everywhere, everything, everywhere won
It
best
was best.
supporting actor, best actress, best supporting actress, and best picture. Just letting you know.
Yeah,
So
I know. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like I've already guessed the ones that kind of won best picture and things
I
like
don't
that.
think you've seen this either, but you would definitely know the
Oh, I feel like that's a big hint. I think I know what it is now.
movie. You would have got it
It's the whale.
anyway. It is the whale. You should watch it also.
I probably should watch it. I don't know if it's actually came out on anything.
I don't think it has. Asteroid City is on Peacock.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm gonna make Jenna watch it.
It's on show. The
We
whale.
can just get a subscription, a free trial. I do that all the time.
Free trial one, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Valid. All right.
Few more.
I still have 5 and 8.
5 and
left,
8.
right?
Yeah, which is you have a Christopher Nolan movie on here. Another Christopher Nolan movie.
Okay. Well, one of them I feel is Tenet.
That is Tenet.
Another Christopher Nolan.
That's the other Steve Nolan.
Huh?
That was the other Nolan, yeah. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. You've definitely seen all of them, but at least just that fun action one I don't think you've seen. But maybe you have. I don't remember. Actually, I can check. Let me check.
Yeah, let me know about the fun action one because I did think of something, but I don't know if it's on. I don't know if it's.
You've seen it. I'm wrong.
Okay. Okay. I think I know what it is.
Okay.
I'm almost positive it's Bullet Train.
It is Bullet Train. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So left, you have number 33.
I have a guess for one of the top ones.
Okay.
The Northman?
No.
Really?
That is number 39. Yeah.
Wow.
That's 4 strikes. So number 33, 24, 8, and 5.
Is there So there's another thriller type movie.
The thriller that didn't do well. it was supposed to do well. It was supposed to be good and it flopped. Thriller. I want to say you've seen it. It's on your favorite streaming service.
Okay, because there's some I was thinking of that I have definitely not seen. So
You've
you
seen
can
it.
mark this as okay. Yeah,
You've
you
seen
can mark that as a strike. Because the ones I was thinking of I had not seen, so that
Okay.
helps me
All
not
right.
guess them.
You're at 5 strikes. You got 5 more in like 4 movies. So
Yeah, because I was gonna guess like The Black Phone or Smile, one of those two, which I hadn't seen.
Smiles number 72. Black Phone's like 60 something.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do you have a guess then?
It's a thriller. You wouldn't consider it horror. Some people might consider it horror.
It's not like I think it's category.
Not horror, but scary. I guess not horror. I don't think there's really anything that's
it's
like.
not a horror.
I don't think anything on here really is horror, to be honest. Like nothing's like Conjuring.
No, like this
Like
is like a thriller, through and through a thriller.
So I wasn't thinking anything like that. So
a thriller with
I don't have anything right now.
One very big actor, or with a couple big actresses and a very big musician.
Okay, I feel like that's a huge hint.
That is. I don't care. It's fine.
And I'm gonna say that it's probably Don't Worry, Darling.
It is. Yeah. Left, you have 3 movies. One of them is from a director you love, but you did not like the movie. I'm gonna give you that hint first.
Okay, well, directors I love. I mean, directors I love that I've seen movies I don't like are.
Okay, you might like it, but it's a definite disappointment.
There's literally one director I can think of.
Who?
That I've like movies that I might not have liked. That I love him. Wes Anderson.
It is Wes Anderson movie.
Okay, and it's definitely not going to be Bottle Rocket because that came out forever ago.
Like 90.
I'm going to say that it's the French Dispatch.
It is the French Dispatch.
Perfect.
That is okay. Now you have number 8 and number 5.
That's so possible.
You're never. You should have got number 8.
Don't give me a hint because I have 2 movies I want to guess. First.
Okay, guess them.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
No, that's number.
That's depressing because that's a really good movie.
52.
And my other one I have to guess is Tar.
It was number 44.
No. Those are both.
Do you want a hint for number 8? It's a sequel to a movie that's better than than the sequel. It's a sequel.
Okay, so it is a sequel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's worse than the first one.
Yeah.
So
it's a sequel it came out last year. Sequel that came out last year.
Okay. One of these you said is a Netflix original?
This is Netflix. It did come to some theaters, but
yeah, okay.
It
was Netflix though. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if this was Netflix. I don't remember if I watched it on Netflix or not. So that's like my only thing.
You definitely watched it on Netflix.
Yeah, but I don't. This movie I'm thinking of, I don't remember if I watched it on Netflix.
Oh.
It is a sequel, and it was
the sequel.
In my opinion, pretty atrocious.
Okay, the movie's not atrocious by any means. I don't know what you have it rated. I'll tell you what you have it rated, actually. You have it at a 4 stars.
Okay, well, it's not a movie, guys.
This sequel, there's one actor that's in the first one that's in the sequel as well.
One actor in the second one.
Like, he's in the main
Would
actor.
Would you say that it's much worse than the first one?
The first one is a 5-star movie.
Okay. So the first one was really good. The second one was not. I mean,
the first one we watched.
The whole star, so.
Yeah. First one we watched together with Maddie and Jenna.
Oh. I know what it is.
Okay, what is it?
It's Glass Onion.
It is Glass Onion.
I didn't. Yeah, I actually did not remember that being a Netflix movie though.
Yeah. And then your hint
And
for the
number 5.
I there's no like hint I have that would give it away. You had a 4-star, which surprised me. I have it a 4.5, almost a 5. It's like a thriller. The hint gives you would have never gotten this like in a million years. I would have never gotten it either. This is the fact that it's number 5 is crazy. But your hint is cheeseburger.
Actually,
Yeah, number
that's
5.
actually number 5.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Well, for everyone who doesn't get the reference, it's the Menu.
It's the Menu. Isn't that
That is
wild?
I mean, it was a good movie.
I think it's great.
I mean, it could probably be a 4.5. I have it 4, but
I might put it for 5 on rewatch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll have to rewatch it, but
because it's number 5 on Letterboxd in the 2020s. So
wow.
yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So that's the Letterboxd guessing game. Next week, you'll have some trivia for me.
Yep,
You can do the thing.
Find some movies, and I'm gonna tell you what they're rated on Letterboxd
And the director and the.
Maybe the director
And like how many people watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give like a watched amount.
A year.
I think I'll do a watched amount maybe, and I'll do year, and then I'll do rating, and I'm gonna give you an abstract review. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
That's a good. Okay, that'll be fun. All right, so we'll do that next week. But I will run through what I've been watching quickly. I mean, I'll probably talk about it a little bit. There's like a couple things I want to talk about, but and then because you only watched the 2 things, but I watched Heart of Stone, the Gal Gadot Mission Impossible ripoff. Horrible, atrocious, really, really bad.
Like I said, it was gonna be.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's not good. Wasn't fun. Yeah, bad time. I watched Happiness for Beginners, which stars Ellie Kemper and Luke Grimes. Luke Grimes is the guy.
Casey and Aaron.
Yeah, Casey from Yellowstone and Aaron from The Office. And it wasn't good. Okay? But I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Like, I had a good time with it. Like, it was cute. It was funny. Luke Grimes is way too good of an actor to be in that Netflix original rom-com. Because, like, dude, what do you do? But he was fun. He was good to watch. They're, like, camping. And, like, they're going on, like, a backpacking trip, like, to find themselves, basically. And his best friend is her brother. And he's had a crush on her for a long time, and that's why she went. And she went because she just got divorced, and she went to find herself, and they ended up falling in love. It was really cute. So I think it's worth a watch. Like, it's just like you just turn it on and whatever. You can do other things while you watch it. That'd be the time to scroll social media and watch a movie. I rewatched Set It Up, rom-com with Glenn Powell and Zoe Deutsch. So good. It's so endearing. It's so fun. I love it so much. And it's got like this really, really good message about marriage and love, I think, in my opinion. So I really liked it. Like I said, I watched the Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End, because last week I watched Curse of the Black Pearl. Dead Man's Chest, fantastic. I have that a 4-star. I have Curse of the Black Pearl to 4.5, which I think Curse of the Black Pearl is still the best made. But At World's End is easily my favorite. You were right. It's so much fun. It is 3 hours long of just pure pirates being pirates. Like, the 3 storylines to coming together, all the stuff with Will, Elizabeth. Keira Knightley is just killer in this movie. And Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. It's so much fun. It's epic. Him and Jack and Davy Jones fighting. When they're voting for when they're all voting, it's like, he only votes for himself. It's like Elizabeth Swann, and everyone like freaks out. Sisumbaji votes for Sisumbaji. All that stuff. so fun. I watched Interstellar. I forgot how I always talk highly of the movie because it's your favorite, but I still am like, yeah, the movie's amazing. It's so good. I love it so much. And yeah, so that was great. Logan is a masterclass of a movie. You just forget that it's like a comic book movie because of how good it is. And just stands alone as it's just amazing. And then new movies, I watched Frances Ha, starring Greta Gerwig, directed by her partner Noah Baumbach. So good. It was so good. Shot in black and white. You'd really like it too. It's very like just a girl trying to find herself, trying to pursue her dreams. Simple slice of life. Really, really good. Noah Baumbach's obviously a great writer, so he was like killer in this movie. And Greta Gerwig, seeing her like as an actress was cool.
That's interesting.
And then this morning I watched Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, and yeah, it was good. It was really. It's the first one is definitely it's better than Pulp Fiction, for sure. I don't know if I like it better than. I think I like it better than Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if it's better than Reservoir Dogs, because I think Reservoir Dogs is just.
That's valid. I think Reservoir Dogs is probably
It's his
impressive
best.
Movies.
Yeah, it's
ever made.
so good. So, the second one wasn't as good. But then again, it was because it was like more dialogue versus like just start cutting off everybody's limbs. And you like see kind of her acting chops a little bit more, and like the whole final scene with her and Bill is really, really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, we can definitely kick Blade Runner 2049 off that list. In favor of Kill Bill. Because that was awesome. I can't believe it. And like the whistle and like all the music, I loved it. It was so good. I thought because I knew it was gory going into it. I was like, I wonder if I'll be like uncomfortable. It was so like cheese gory.
It was cheesy gory.
Yeah.
It was so interesting.
But it worked really well because it looked like
well.
old kung fu movie type.
Which is like what it went for. Obviously, he references
Samurai.
At the end of the second movie, he references the one movie. What's it called? I just added it to my watch list actually after I finished it.
Oh, really?
I think it's on Max maybe, or it's on Prime. If it's on Prime, I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe it was just I don't think it was The Warrior and the Sorceress. There was a movie. There's a old samurai movie that they referenced. Oh, Shogun Assassin. Old.
Samurai movie.
Yeah. They watch it at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too long. Yeah.
Yep.
The whole Superman speech was great. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I like them both for very different reasons.
Yeah, it was.
The second one is more methodical, kind of more thematic.
Like I said, I had a lot more the second one had the substance.
The first one was just
the first movie, which was just like so good.
She's just killing everybody.
And it had like good substance.
It did, yeah.
Related to the story. The best substance was the one Japanese American girl's backstory.
But you can tell that this is supposed to be one movie.
Oh, 100%. Exactly. And that's why
it's not like fair to rate it as two.
Yeah.
Like I think they're both 5-star movies. But one, like if I was rating it 1, I mean it's real good. Which I'll probably do. I'll probably rate it as 1.
Yeah,
I'll rate both, but I'll probably write a review for one of them.
Whole bloody affair, yeah.
So good, brilliant. That dude's got a foot fetish, dog. The dude just always showing feet. He's like, wiggle your big toe, like that whole thing.
Like 5 minutes on
just
her toes.
Oh gosh,
yeah, so funny.
No, I loved it. I thought it was I thought it was great. Like it's such a takes inspiration from like obviously sadly movies I haven't seen, but I know it takes inspiration from Seven Samurai and all
Yeah, these old samurai
the old
movies. Yeah.
samurai kung fu movies. Yeah, it's super sick.
But yeah, and then but he just took it and made it so like digestible for casual people and
She's such an
stupid
awesome.
Americans.
Uma Thurman's so killer. No pun intended. Like literally so
So it's
killer.
crazy though because she's like in nothing. We talked about this when I last
Yeah,
week when I talked about it. She's
yeah,
like literally in nothing big except for his movies.
yeah.
His two movies.
Well, and Pulp Fiction.
Well, that's what I meant. I was talking about Kill Bill as one movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so good.
Yeah.
I didn't believe you would Kill Bill. I think Kill Bill would be better than Pulp Fiction. It is.
Definitely is. 100% is.
Um,
And then I watched one movie,
yeah. Well,
but
plus the
one that
movie.
he wanted me to watch.
I did.
I watched Our Friend, and it sucked.
Oh no. Like
No,
Celeste and Jesse Forever. I just didn't connect.
it was garbage. No, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Casey Affleck ends up in a lot of movies I really like, which is so weird. People hate on him as an actor.
I don't get it.
Hardcore, and I don't understand it. People are like, "Oh my gosh, I just can't watch a movie with him because I just hate looking at his face." I'm like, "How did you develop such a hate for this guy?"
I think he's better than Ben.
I completely agree. In terms of overall, I think he's a better actor.
Because he's in.
Obviously, he's not as high profile, but
He's in
the dude
Interstellar.
is a better actor.
He's in. Which he's in the little time he's in Interstellar. Dude, he's so good in that.
So
movie.
good.
He's in Oppenheimer, obviously for very little, compelling. He's great in Good Will Hunting. Obviously, he's not like huge. He's great in Ocean's 11,
really, yeah.
but like A Ghost Story, so good. Manchester by the Sea, obviously, is incredible.
So good.
And like
this movie, so good. And then I added one that I wanted to watch.
I want to watch. I want to watch Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, that's one of them I want to watch.
Directed by Ben Affleck.
A new one. It's below Our Friend. It's with the one with the daughter. It's like him backpacking. He's got like
The Light of Life.
Yeah, the Light of Life.
A parent and child journey through the outskirts of society.
It's like post-apocalyptic.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
It sounds really interesting because he's not like in action movies, so I don't think it's gonna be an action movie. I think it's gonna be and it'll be interesting to see like a slice of life film set post-apocalyptic.
I also want to watch the assassination of Jesse James by coward Robert Ford.
Casey Affleck. So do I.
So I love Casey Affleck, but continue about Our Friend.
Yeah. I mean, it was just really good. I didn't bawl, but
you the moment. You know the moment though, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming.
There was a few.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know which I would pick as the saddest.
Yeah. I mean, when she dies, obviously.
Hit on the beach though. I think it was them sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Was the saddest part about her dying.
Yeah.
Not her actually being dead, but her being when she died and he laid down and then Jason, and started crying, and that whole thing was obviously really sad. I just think that the beach scene was even more sad. But
yeah.
Both, I cried at both. I just didn't weep either.
Yeah,
but I think the biggest one for me is when he's leaving. When
he's like, I thought you were writing about.
Whole conversation when he was like talking to him or whatever, and he's like, coming to terms, like they did a really good job of like creating the tangible feeling, like that you as the viewer and Casey Affleck like both kind of got comfortable and assumed that he was just never going to leave. And so it's like really hard hitting.
And it's crazy. It's a true story.
You're actually going to leave. And he Casey Affleck did he was like did this like deep sigh and was like really like processing it happening.
Mm-hmm.
All this different stuff. And it was
and that moment where he's like, I thought you were writing about Nicole. And he's like, so did I.
So did I.
And he actually wrote about his friend, like their best friend. And you can't, like, he is like this is basically a parable of like Jesus. Like that's what Jason's. Obviously, he's not perfect, clearly, duh. But like that, he's that in this movie. He's like he sits with them and he does things with them. He takes care of the kids. I mean, oh my god, I love
Yeah,
it.
no,
I love it so much.
100%. I think the reason, when you said like it was a sad movie and it had sad elements the whole time, but you were like, when you first reviewed it, you were like, I didn't even think I was gonna cry, and I had the same opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know why that is. It's just like the only flaw I have with the movie. I think
Mm.
they sucked at setting up their characters. They made you hate Casey Affleck and her character.
For times, yeah.
Like in the beginning, it starts kind of with him. Like it's fine, and then it gets like this little chunk, and you're like, he's kind of a bum, deadbeat dad, not a good husband.
But he
I
like
feel. And you're like,
wasn't.
yeah, but he wasn't. And then it gets the thing where it's like, oh, she cheated on him.
Yeah.
What an awful person.
But she's like, yeah, has cancer and like, yeah.
Yeah, so like there's certain things that like take away from it,
Yeah.
and that's why I think
I give it a
the
pass because it's the true story.
correct, exactly. It's like what choice do you have?
Yeah, you kind of
Obviously,
have to. So
no, I agree. That's just what I observed is definitely like the cause. I was like not into them,
yeah.
and then I was like also like trying to like confuse and like thinking about like who is the I'd like it's like there's a bad guy in this relationship. I just know it, and but then it would like jump to the future and they'd be like cuddling and stuff, and I was like, I thought he did something wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then it'd come back or whatever, and they'd be happy or whatever. But then I just learned that she had cheated on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is happening?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a lot.
But yeah, I thought it was really good,
Yeah.
and I definitely think we could put it on the list.
Yeah. Take off Grave of the Fireflies and Blade Runner, sadly.
Yeah, because I think it's got a unique thing to offer.
And not a lot of people have seen it. That's another reason that I like doing that too.
Exactly.
It's not the typical movie. I'm just gonna put them at the 2930, by the way. But
Yeah, I mean, we can just. I don't think we need to order it on Letterboxd. I think when we actually create the book, we can figure out the order.
yeah. I just know that Spider-Man Lotus is gonna be on our list. Like that's our number one movie. We got rid of After Sun.
Facts.
um, yeah, that's our movie of the week is Spider-Man Lotus. Background on it, I guess. It's a fan film. It raised a crap ton of money. The lead actor and director said a bunch of racist things. Bad, obviously. Don't condone that. Same with like, we don't condone the Ezra Miller in the Flash. Still watch that movie, or at least I did. But yeah, so it's a fan film. It's based around the comic, the kid who collects comics. And it's like a terminally ill kid, who wants to meet Spider-Man. I don't have the synopsis of it. So, Peter Parker mourning the loss of Gwen Stacy while being met by the news of a terminally ill child who requests to meet his superhero from Queens. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it briefly.
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't really think there's much like there's not really much to say.
Yeah, like this is like I know Mike and I. So for context, Mike and I had a whole conversation about our podcast like last week about like spending a bunch of time on the front end and then we get to the movie a week and we rush through it. This is like not that. There's like actually not much to say.
There's just not much to say because it's a fan made film. Like,
Yeah.
can't really pick it apart. It didn't have budget. It didn't have whatever. So it's like there's just not much to say about it. Things I will say about it is that there's like this, like I said, there's just a couple things. In terms of just like stuff that doesn't really matter, I thought it was hilarious that they chose to have him trauma dump on a 10-year-old and then try to leave. I actually started cracking up.
It's so
It's like
weird.
supposed to be serious. I was like, because it showed him just sitting on the bed, like after he just met his hero, and his hero just told him how much he sucks and he kills people and
Yeah.
how he can't do it anymore. and then tried to leave.
So weird.
And then it was followed up by the interesting conversation where this random mom convinces him to stay.
She's like, "What do you do? Why are you leaving?
Are you leaving?
Like, dog, why are you walking out the front door? You're Spider-Man."
Yeah, I know, you came in the window and then you walked out the front door.
Yeah. What'd you say to him? It was like he was his mom talking. It was weird.
I know, yeah, it was weird. It was odd. And it
Yeah.
was hilarious when he traveled up. And then the only other thing I really had to say is that it was really cool to see, and what carried it was definitely it being a normal like drama slice of life film centered around a superhero, which is like it was like a Peter Parker movie.
Which was cool, except it
It was
was
like
written terribly.
yeah, exactly. It was like so cool and it like made me really want to watch something like that. Like I want to watch like I mean it's similar to like and it I mean similar yet nowhere near the same. Just because uh it is really unique. There's not like any kind of movie media made around that kind of concept where you focus
Logan.
on. But that's what I was gonna say, Logan. But then even Logan's like,
Logan's still like he still kills a bunch of people.
yeah, he kills a bunch of people and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, and that's because they got budget to do it. And
Yeah, of
I
course.
mean,
But that's the
clearly why
most.
these kids focused on stories because obviously it's gonna cost them a lot more. Being so much more work to do CGI and making the fights look good and different things.
The swinging, which looked fine.
The swinging I thought actually was great, other than it looking like a video game.
Sometimes it didn't, and it looked cool.
Sometimes it looked really real. Sometimes it just looked animated.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the swinging, it was actually like probably the best swinging of any Spider-Man. Like visually, cool. It looked great.
It was really cool.
And so, yeah, I mean that's really all I'd say. It's like,
yeah,
I really want a high budget slice of life Peter Parker, like that
so
kind of thing.
Cool.
Focus on Peter Parker, like or focus on some other random
or that
like
comic in general about the kid who collects. That's so cool. That's such a great idea. I'd love that. Like I would watch the crap out of it.
I think it 100% needs to happen with
a big budget
with Spider-Man and big budget because it's Peter Parker's like that's such a big part of him. It's like that he's Peter Parker and that he's he's a kid and all this different stuff. And so
well, they could do it about the aftermath of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. You know how cool that would be? Like after dealing with everything. Yeah.
Like would be such a good movie. It made me really want that because that was like such a positive aspect of this film that like made me actually enjoy watching it. It was just seeing that kind of like play out even though it sucked.
Yeah, it just was too long. There was written kind of corny. Like there was moments I really liked. Like
I thought that the MJ actress, I thought she was pretty good.
She was. Although her stuff was
pretty talented.
Her stuff with Harry was completely like not needed. Like I didn't care. Like Harry, your dad said, I was like, "Are you gonna turn into the Green Goblin or what is going on?" Like
what's happening?
Otherwise, I don't care at all. Like why? It's just filling runtime that's just not needed. So it was like
100%.
Whatever.
But I thought she was actually really talented.
She was good. I thought the Gwen was fine too.
Yeah, I think she was. She just wasn't in a lot, which
because she was
hard to see. But I think that her and Harry, I don't know, obviously their names, but I think that they definitely deserve to get some kind of lead small role or like side small role of like a medium-sized film to like see what they do because I thought they were honestly pretty good.
Yeah, the real issues are just all the technical stuff. Like it would go from like when they went like they had the fight scene and it was like this brutal like the rip thing, which I thought was like cool. It was not badly done. I mean, it was fan film done, but still. And then it would cut to like stock image video of New York City for too long, like way too long. It was like, dude, I know you have to like do like framing and like set up shots and things. It was just too much for me. So the Shocker thing was weird.
So weird.
He was such a
corny character.
Yeah, why didn't they make him look like a freaking orange Power Ranger, dude? Like
I know.
Maybe I just don't know comics. Let's see. I guess. I mean, I get it, but he was wearing way more orange. Weird. Yeah. Anyway.
No, I mean, yeah. I see. definitely not bad, but again, they
It
didn't
made
have
it a
the
little
budget
darker
for it.
than it needed to be. Yeah.
They definitely, I think they did it fine. They obviously were, in terms of them versus big budget, they definitely go a lot more comic accurate because they can't really, as like a small, group of people with no money, can't
Yeah.
really venture far out into, you know, being abstract and kind of taking ideas and twisting them. So they went a lot more comic accurate with things, but just didn't have the budget to execute certain things. Obviously, like
Makes sense.
Green Goblin, which was like he was like fine, like it didn't matter to me, but it was like sometimes I just like wished that they didn't show him when he spoke.
You should have done a different villain.
Like, yeah, or yeah, they should have done something that was a lot more grounded, or just like when they're like the building on fire and everything, and it's talking about him giving a monologue. Just like show them from the side so you don't see like they're far away and they're like shadow casted, so you don't have to show the mouth, and then like cut to Peter like they did, and just
Also,
keep it those two shots instead of going close up on this dude talking without his mouth moving.
too much voiceover.
Yeah,
It like explained the whole movie. I'm like, I don't want you to explain the whole movie to me. It was
yep,
yeah. So anyway, like I commend him. It's got like 3 million views. Like
yeah, for sure.
props. I
It no, it is props, and this is a great example of you know do something. They
create
wanted
something.
to make a Spider-Man movie, and they did, and
They did, and
they
it's
should
not the worst
regret.
thing I've ever seen.
I
Definitely not.
literally don't think they should regret anything about it.
Besides maybe his like offline comments, but that's a whole conversation we don't.
Well, yeah, but anything about making the movie,
Yeah.
like anything about the movie itself.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, this is I'm done with Lotus. Kill Bill. I didn't know it went to animated.
Yeah,
That was fire because it was.
I told you about that.
I forgot because I was like I was watching. I took a shower and I put it on my phone. And I was watching it and I was like, oh my gosh!
I know, isn't that so sick?
The whole like because it was animated. Well, it was regular, then animated, then black and white, and then they did like
Yeah,
the
they
thing
used
where they
the black
turned
and
the
white and
they
everything.
turned the
It's so
light on,
cool.
and then it was the shadows. Oh my gosh, was that cool? Oh
This is what I
my
was
gosh,
talking about all the unique shots that
I
were, like,
forgot.
taken.
I forgot
It's such
completely.
such an old movie, like
I mean, yeah,
2000s.
2003 and 4.
Yeah, and such unique artistic direction taken
Oh,
with it.
so sick. It was so cool. I loved it. Yeah, sorry. I had to talk about a good movie after we talked about
Yeah.
Lotus.
Cool.
So
For sure.
that's funny.
Yeah, good episode.
Yeah, it's good. 2
Um,
hours 17 minutes. Lord.
Valid.
Valid indeed.
Valid indeed. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening. This is probably good listen.
I would say so.
Um,
Pretty entertaining.
I feel like it was pretty entertaining, intriguing, a lot of good tangents, a lot of good topics.
Yeah, the whole discussion stuff's fun. Like you pick a topic, pick a couple topics in pop culture that are like
it
kind
is
of going
something
on.
that's like relevant to us or people or anything.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Or like a segment of like what would we read? What we learned this week? Something we learned that'd be interesting.
It would definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
Just talking about anything.
I love it.
Just if you something you think's interesting, you want to discuss about whatever. It's like bringing that in is like something super unique to talk about. Obviously, we talked about social media and streaming services, but then it brought us to like social media, like brought us to the book, and then we started talking about the book and creating and all this different stuff.
I love talking about creativity too. It's my
Yeah, 100%.
So.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening, watching, like, favorite, add, save,
Retweet.
everything on all platforms.
Oh,
And
should I post these full length on Facebook?
I mean, you can, yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be funny, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it because you can post that long. You can post like up to 4 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Valid. Check us out on Facebook, everyone.
Chicken the Duck podcast.
Life's tough. Get a helmet.